So our next topic we are having, that is a leveling effect. What is leveling effect? We will discuss about that. Leveling effect, or the solvent leveling of the strong acid and base, strong acid and base. Okay, so this, what is leveling? Leveling is basically the concentration which is equal, which is not like this, and like which is not like this, up and down, which is the leveling, which means the limit which is equal, equal range, we can say that. Okay, this we leveling we are talking about, that is the without solvent. Without solvent. Okay, for example, perchloride acid, okay, sulfuric acid and nitric acid, you can take. These are the oxy acid. What does it mean by the oxy acid? Which means they contain the oxygen. They contain oxygen. That's why we are calling that as a, these are the strong oxy acid, we can say that. Okay, for example, we are having this acids. Okay, these are the protonic acid, which means that they are having the ability to give the hydrogen. Okay, and they contain hydrogen, so that's why we are calling that as a protonic acid. And they are having a less strength. Or they are the weaker. Okay, if you are adding oxygen into that, okay, so that we can call that as oxy acid. So they are called as a oxy acid. Okay, and oxy acid are basically more stronger than the protonic acid. Okay, so to determine the strength of the oxy acid, we are determined by the oxygen state. Let's see how we are determining the strength of the oxy acid by the oxygen state, or the central atom, that which is basically more stronger. Okay, we are having the perchloric acid, sulfuric acid and the nitric acid. Okay, so as you guys all know that one oxygen basically need 2 electron. Okay, here we are having the 4 electron. Okay, which means one oxygen need 2 electron, which means that here we are having 4 oxygen, which means that it contain 8 electron. It want 8 electron. Okay, in the outer shell of the chlorine we are having the 7 electron, and here we are having the 1 electron. Okay, so here we are having the 8 electron. Okay, 4 multiplied by 8, 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8 electron, and the oxygen will need by basically the 8 electron, and they will give the 8 electron to the oxygen. Okay, so likewise this also contain the 8 electron, because 2 electron contained by the 1 oxygen. Sulfuric valency, like in the valence share, they are having the 6 electron and 2 electron from the hydrogen, so 8 electron will be given to the oxygen. Okay, likewise it contain 6 electron, because 3 oxygen are there, and nitrogen is having the 5 valency, like in the outer shell, and hydrogen is having the 1 electron. So here we are having the 6 electron will be given to the oxygen. Okay, so here we can see the chlorine, sulfur and nitrogen is having a more effect, okay, on the hydrogen. Okay, so chlorine is like giving more effect because of the positive 7 electron, as compared to the sulfur and nitrogen. chlorine is having like more valence in the valence, like outer shell they are having more electron, like 7, so chlorine is giving more effect because of the positive 7 electron, and nitrogen is having the less effect as compared to the sulfur and this. Okay, so we can say that hydrochloric acid is more stronger, okay. And if we talk about this, we have like discussed about the oxygen state, and these are basically without solvent. If we talk about the strength of the acid in the presence with solvent, for example, we are having H2O. In the container we are having H2O. Okay, and here we have like perchloric acid and sulfuric acid, and we are having this one as a nitric acid. Okay, and we are like, and if it will be combined by this, so the ionization will occur, like likewise this hydrogen will react with the H2O, this hydrogen will react with the H2O, this hydrogen will react with the H2O. So we can write here that, so when they will be combined with the hydrogen, and they will make a hydronium ion. Which ion? Hydronium ion. This is a high protonative power, and the adding of the hydrogen in the H2O, that is called the protonated water. So with this we are calling as a protonated water, and we are calling that as a hydronium ion, and this is basically stable. This is what? This is stable. This is stable. Okay, so likewise it will contain the hydronium ion. Okay, to check that if we are talking about the acetic acid solvent, okay, to see that which is more protonated and which is less protonated. Okay, we are having the acetic acid, okay, and we are having the hydronium ion. Likewise, this is having the 2 lone pair and 1 unpair. Okay, so they will be joined with this one. Okay, they will share. The oxygen is having the more protonated power, this is having the -2. Okay, oxygen, you can say that oxygen state. So they are having the more protonated power. They are having ability to give the electron or to share the electron with the hydrogen, okay, due to the negative charge. If we talk about this one, so here we are having the pi bond. Okay, as you guys all know, this is having the pi bond. So this pi bond will be more closer to the oxygen. Okay, and this one oxygen, okay, this will oxygen will suppress, and the proton will come, and like proton will be like come like from it need only the 1 electron. Okay, so which means that it will be getting suppressed. Okay, and this will get suppressed, and the one like the lone unpair will be attract to the carbon. One unpair will be attract to the carbon. Okay, and one will be moved toward this, which means that the oxygen is sharing only 1 electron. Okay, here the oxygen was sharing the 2 electron, but here this one, you can say that the pair is suppressed to the carbon, and one is like moved toward the one is sharing the electron with the hydrogen. Okay, so this we are calling as a less protonated, because it is like sharing 1 electron and it is sharing the 2 electrons. So this is more protonated. Okay, so this one acetic acid is basically less. This is less strong, less, you can say that this is weaker. This is weaker than H2O. This is weaker than the H2O. Okay, so this acetic acid, we have to learn that this acetic acid is basically too much weaker than the water. Okay, so this was about the leveling effect. We have discussed about the acids with the help of the oxygen state, and here we have discussed this as the with the solvent, and this was without solvent.